Let's learn about CRUD at folder level. First, create operation. So let's go ahead and make a folder named Unix. The command to do that would be mkdir in the folder name, which is Unix. Mkdir here stands for make directory, and Unix is the name of the argument that we are passing. Arguments can be anything that we want to pass, right? So we want to create a folder named Unix. Now, once we do that, we can run ls again to see if that has been created. Alt campus was already there, and then we created rdoc.txt when we were learning about files, and then now we have created Unix here. Right, so this is the create operation on a folder level, which is make directory. Well, let's read the folder. Reading is basically going into the folder and seeing the list of files and folders, and we have already done this. The command to do that would be cd unix, enter, and then run ls again. Okay, cool. Now there is no direct command to update a directory, but anytime we create folder or file inside this directory, it's automatically being updated. However, we can also rename the folder name by running mv. mv stands for move. It basically says move the folder named Unix into whatever you want to rename into. But in order to do mv, we'll have to first go out of this current folder. And now here we can see Unix. So let's rename this from Unix to learn Unix. So let's do mv Unix and then the folder name that we want to rename it to, so which is learn-unix. Right? So when we run this and we run ls again, we see that the Unix folder is not there anymore, and instead that is learn Unix. So it basically has been renamed. So mv command basically moves, it's like cut paste, moves a folder or file from one location to another location. Well, let's practice a bit. Let's go inside learn Unix and create a new folder named test. The way we can do that is mkdir and test, right? So this will create a folder here called test. Right? Let's also create a new file called index.txt that we can do via running the command in touch. So index.txt. Now we have created this and we can verify that by running ls again, index.txt and test. Now let's learn how to delete a directory. The way to delete a directory is, guess what? rmdir. rmdir stands for remove directory. When we run rmdir, it again takes an argument. So the argument is the folder that we want to delete. Here we want to delete test. So we want to say rmdir and test. So we want to delete the test folder. When we run this command and we run ls again, we see that test is gone, test is deleted. Now let's learn about copying files and folders in Unix. We can make a copy of file at another place by simply calling cp and then the name of the source file or folder and then the destination folder. So here goes source folder and then destination folder. Okay, this is just variable. This I have written for my reference. We'll replace it with a real path. So let's go ahead. So say earlier we had created rdoc.txt inside our documents folder. So we want to copy rdoc.txt, which is one level up. Okay, which is we are currently in learn Unix and this rdoc.txt is in documents. So the way we can get to rdoc.txt is via first using double dot to go out of this current directory into documents, and then using slash and then referring to rdoc.txt, right? So that's the source, that's the file that we want to copy, and we want to copy it into this current file that we are currently at. So here I'm going to run dot slash. So dot slash basically refers to the current folder that we are in. I'm going to run this. When we do ls again, we see that rdoc.txt has been copied to learn Unix as well. So a copy of this also exists in documents, but a copy of this is also there in our learn Unix folder, right? Okay, now there are two files in this folder. Let's go ahead and try to delete learn Unix folder now. So to do that, we'll have to first go out of the folder. We cannot delete a folder by being inside that folder. We need to go out of the folder. So we go out here and then we run rmdir learn-unix. but this time it throws an error. It says rmdir learn-unix directory not empty. Well, it turns out rmdir only works on empty directories. To delete a directory that has content, we'll need to use something else, which is rm-r and then the folder name, right? So rm basically stands for remove, r stands for recursively deleting everything that's there inside learn-unix, right? When we do this, it deletes learn Unix. What was special about rm-r is that it had an option named R. R basically removes all files and folders inside the folder recursively. It looks for a folder and then goes inside it. If there are files and folders there, then it starts deleting from there until all files and folders are deleted. Well, now we have learned about how to CRUD on folder.